All right, good morning, folks. So, we're here with one of our awesome multi-year members, Peggy. Say hi, Peggy.
Hi.
Oh. She can talk too. And
Yeah.
My name is David Beers, owner of 39 Minute Workout and Wellness, and we're going to talk about fitness in your 60s and beyond. Peggy's a very experienced client with us. She's been here for
4.5 years.
4.5 years. So she came to us, what, must have been the end of your 50s, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to pretty much let her talk and show us some of the stuff that she's able to do. So, have at it.
Okay. Well, like David said, I've been here 4.5 years, and it's gotten more important to me as I've been here longer and longer because my husband and I are looking towards retirement, complete retirement in 2 years, and our goal is travel. And we have never been travelers that sat on a bus and looked out the window. We like to ride the bikes. We like to hike the mountains. We want to be active. And of course, the older you get, the more you can lose that ability if you don't keep yourself in shape. And so with David's help and the rest of his crew, I feel in great shape. I think a great example is the fact that when I came here 4.5 years ago, I had had 3 shoulder surgeries. And I'd been through physical therapy, but all they ever really worked on was mobility, that I could move my arms around. We have a move here called
Seated press or seesaw?
no, a seesaw. I couldn't do one, not one seesaw.
Would you say you were nervous at first in terms of your shoulder pain?
Oh yeah. I mean, he's showing me moves and I'm going, I can't do that, you know, my shoulders are not good. And it's a case of trust me being a real phrase that works because I trusted him. I started out with the lightest weight I could, and right now I'm thrilled to be doing a military press. Need a little help on names. Anyway, I could do a 22-pounder on a military press, and my doctor, who has operated on my shoulders, when I need to see him periodically, his instructions to me always are, go back to your gym, check in with David, whatever he says you can do, that's what we'll do until you feel better.
Trust
How's
me,
that?
I would never say you could go wrong with that. So yeah, anything overhead's called a military press. So we got a lot of different names for ones, but she's gone from what, maybe a 15 or less?
I actually started with the
10-pound dumbbells, and now at 60, almost 64, she can press 22 pounds up over her head with one arm. So kind of stretches hopefully stretches your mind a little bit in terms of how strong you're capable of being. And this is somebody with multiple shoulder problems. And I will tell you, in the beginning, she was very scared. She was very scared, very skeptical, I think, that this was going to serve her body to be using kettlebells. So, and let's show them some of the stuff so they know we're not just lying. So she's gonna do what we call a seated press. I'm gonna move this out. You got her on the camera. So she's, 22, all right? And she did work out this morning, so look at that, she's still got strength. So that's a strict military press in a harder position than standing. And which arm's your weaker one?
My weak arm is now.
That's your weaker arm, and she's still confidently able to press it. And she worked out this morning at 6 o'clock. She's come back for us kindly. And she just pretty effortlessly put that thing up over her head 2 times, okay?
This morning I also did this.
I just think it's pretty awesome. And there's her holding, she's showing off now with her side plank. Now you can show off, that's what we're here to do, is have you show off.
I couldn't do one of those.
Yeah, to lay on your shoulder, that's awesome. So, what she's done by using military presses and a kettlebell is she's rebuilt her shoulder girdle. So she had, what did you tear? Labrum, rotator cuff? What did they say?
Rotator cuff.
Rotator cuff. So she had a rotator cuff injury. And a lot of people are gonna say, well, you should always lift lighter weights or safer this or that. To me, it's a bunch of garbage. What I have found working with a population of 30s to 70s is that is so rarely true that lighter or safer, I don't honestly know what that means, because there's nothing safer than doing a human movement pattern, which is pressing your arms up overhead. You take luggage, you go to put up over the overhead, whatever you call it, and you tear your rotator cuff because you have no strength and mobility. Or you build your shoulder girdle, which is pecs, delts, traps, all these muscles that keep that shoulder safe and stable. Now she can press, what, 44 pounds up overhead? So she goes traveling with her husband, she ain't gonna hurt her shoulder putting a piece of luggage up overhead. She's not gonna hurt herself traveling in, what were you talking about? You're going to Israel, Palestine, and you're gonna be hiking
up the rocky pathways of old.
And what she said to me is she's not scared of that. She's not scared of walking around, of having balance. Let's show them one of my favorite moves for balance. Do you want to do that one leg? Do you feel confident with that?
I could try.
If you don't feel confident, we can skip it and I can demo it.
I did it with a 35.
35s, all right. So she's going to show you one of my favorite moves. I show this a lot because it is one of my top 3 balance moves. I just love this move. Why don't you use a 22?
I need a 20.
Use a 22.
Use a 22.
You don't need it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not so much worried about showing how much weight you can move with this, just that she can balance using that left leg, her glute, her core. And
you didn't tell me I had to do this one.
It doesn't have to be pretty. I caught her off guard by having her do, there you go, that's great. That's her stronger leg, you can tell she balanced better. So, by working moves that challenge balance like that, like lunges where a weight is on one side of the body, she's got more confidence. She's up in the years where what happens to people? They fall, they break their hip, and it is trouble, right? She's talking about hiking steps in Palestine and not being scared of balance. So that's the awesome functional type strength that's super helpful for my clients at all stages of life, but especially retirement. All right, so let's show, what do you want to show, one more move? Or want to show swing or what?
We can show them swing.
Let's show them swinging. So she's going to swing a 35-pound kettlebell. What's the heaviest? Is that the heaviest you do? Do you swing
done
a
44?
She's done a 44, so probably 35, so staple. So I'm going to step out of the way and let her show you. With great form, she's loading. What I mean loading, she's using her hamstrings and her butt primarily. She's hinging at her hips and she's driving those big leg muscles. And you can stop there because I know you worked out already. And what I love, that I don't necessarily need you to know this, but I'll tell you, that she picks it up and puts it down with a safe spine. Which translates again to, she's gonna go do normal things and travel and pick things up and know how to do it safely. You can fear your back, or you can learn how to use your hips correctly. She's spent years developing this strong core so that when she hinges at her hips and swings, her core keeps that spine in a nice safe position. So again, she goes to travel and she picks up luggage, or she paddleboards in, I don't know what you're gonna do. You're gonna paddleboard in Vietnam in the beautiful beaches, right? I'm coming up with trips for her now on my own. She's gonna know how to have a strong core, protect her spine, and hinge at the hips. So it's real world strength for people at all ages, and I hope Peggy showed that for you. She's one of our awesome clients. Just showing some great stuff and talking about healing from injury, not being scared at whatever age you are, and how awesome it is and empowering it is to enter retirement years and know that you've got a stronger, safer, healthier body.
You bet.
All right, you have any last words for them?
If you haven't come in here yet, get in here.
Okay, yeah. Words of advice. All right, thanks so much, folks. Hope this was helpful. If it was, tag a friend and you'd love to see it. Share it to people. Just spread the word about strength and fitness, how important it is for daily life, for quality of life. Thanks so much as always. Take care.